Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the haunting short story, The Shepherd and the Ghost of Meera. We're going to break down how its simple, elegant structure creates such a powerful and tragic atmosphere.
Right from the very first line, the story just hits you with this profound sense of isolation. It doesn't tell us what is there, but what's missing. It's a world that's defined by its emptiness.
And the author just keeps peeling away these layers of our modern world. See, this isn't just about describing a physical place, it's about creating a psychological one. A world so detached from our own that anything, even a ghost, starts to feel possible. So what are we left with? Just the essentials. This is where the story's minimalist power really kicks in. Every single word is chosen so carefully to build this lonely, atmospheric mood. It's a world where ancient things can still feel terrifyingly real. Okay, so let's get into Act 1, the exposition. This is where the author sets the stage, establishes the normal world of the story, and, of course, introduces us to our protagonist. You know, in any story, the exposition is the foundation. It establishes the status quo, that everyday reality that, as we're about to see, is going to get completely shattered. So we meet our shepherd, Eliam, and he's immediately defined not by what he has, but by what he lacks: human connection. He's simply alone. And this deep solitude, this preference for the night, it just makes him the perfect, vulnerable soul for what's about to happen. And that brings us right to the inciting incident, that one single moment that shatters the protagonist's normal life and really sets the story in motion. Just notice the powerful repetition here. It creates this unnatural, almost suffocating stillness. This is the kind of perfect, eerie silence where a ghost can just step right into the frame. What's so effective here is her passivity. Meera isn't some terrifying threat. She's an enigma. And her quiet, calm presence is honestly far more mysterious and compelling. It draws both Eliam and us right into her story. Meera's appearance kicks off the rising action. This is the sequence of events that's going to build the suspense, develop the conflict, and lead us straight towards the story's peak. Their relationship is built on this set of strange rules, right? They meet every single night, but she never crosses that boundary, and she never touches him. This creates a fascinating paradox. The ritual feels safe, but it also creates this deep underlying tension. The question just hangs there. Why can't she touch him? The story really forces us to share Iliam's doubt. I mean, even as their love is blossoming, we can't help but question the reality of this connection. Why does it all feel so unreal? And then the village elder, Sarah, drops this cryptic warning. She's a classic archetype, right? She's the voice of wisdom who sees the supernatural truth that our love-struck protagonist is just choosing to ignore. And there it is. This is the turning point. It's the first piece of undeniable proof that something is terribly, terribly wrong. There's no dramatic jump scare, just a quiet, devastating reveal in the water that changes everything. So that discovery pushes us directly into the climax. This is the story's highest point of tension, where the central conflict finally comes to a head and the truth is forced out into the light. The story builds incredible tension by just taking us through this search step by step. We're right there with Eliam, feeling his growing dread as he gets closer and closer to a truth he might not actually want to find. The way this information is delivered is just devastating. It's not some dramatic speech, it's a cold, factual record. And that stark, almost bureaucratic language makes the horror of the revelation even more of a gut punch. Their final confrontation. It's a tragic inversion. Her reason for staying is rooted in something beautiful, because love feels warmer than death. But for Eliam, that very same love has now become the source of his absolute horror. Now, after that explosive climax, we move into the falling action. This is where we witness the immediate and direct consequences of that revelation, and the tension starts to wind down towards the story's end. This contrast just shows the tragic cost of his love in the starkest terms possible. The very connection that once made him feel alive is now literally draining the life from him, pulling him from the world of the living into hers. This line, this is the story's core thesis. It reframes their entire romance. This isn't a love that grows, it's a love that consumes. It's a connection that is somehow both beautiful and utterly terrifying. And that brings us to the final act, the denouement, or the resolution. This is where the last questions get answered and that tragic outcome is really solidified.
Eliam's fate is just a classic tragic ending. He doesn't die a physical death. Instead, he's left in this state of living death. A man completely hollowed out by his experience, trapped somewhere between two worlds.
And that final line, wow. It just leaves you with this haunting thought, doesn't it? That some love stories aren't meant to be lived, they're meant to be survived. It really makes you wonder, what was the real tragedy here? The love he lost? Or the fact that he ever found it at all?